my name is Heather Wolf, and today we'll be discussing equality in the military and how, in my opinion, that will never really happen. Some will argue that women have been in military combat roles for hundreds of years, but when people refer to these combat roles, they aren't really combat roles at all. One example are pilots. There have been female pilots in the past, but pilots are not really a combat role. They aren't really on the front lines. They fly overhead of the front lines and provide support to the ground troops. After they're done with their mission, they go to a larger base which has plenty of amenities. Amber Smith of the Daily Caller wrote an article. One of the things she wrote about was the U.S. Marine Corps postponing its self-imposed deadline for women to meet the same standards as men. Female Marines were required to complete 3 pull-ups, which is the same standard for the men. But over 50% of the women were not able to complete the 3 pull-ups. But instead of not passing those women, they were all given a pass. So how is this right? Shouldn't it be equal to what the men have to do? If the men didn't do their 3 pull-ups, they didn't pass the PT test. They didn't pass the PT test, they didn't graduate. So shouldn't the same standards be applied to the women? In every branch of the military, there is a female PT test and a male PT test. I know this firsthand because I was in the Air Force for 9 years, and I was a PTO for my unit, which is the physical training leader. I conducted PT tests for both men and women. It's not rocket science to see that men and women are made differently. Knowing this, however, how can standards really be equal? It seems that our military and political leaders are more concerned about quotas than they are about the ability to perform the job. Kimberly Ross of Red State mentioned in an article, for the past 2.5 years, the Marine Infantry Officer Course attempted gender integration for the researcher purpose. No woman passed the course within those 2.5 years, which indicates the equality of opportunity does not result in equality of outcome. In an opinion offered by a woman, she stated, the problem with the politicization of gender roles, they want equality but not equal standards. It's not equality if it's a forced placement of a woman in a team. Hannah Wegman of CNS News wrote an article detailing a study conducted by the Marines Ground Combat Element Integrated Task Force, where 400 men and women were treated over a 9-month period. Tested over a 9-month period, excuse me. The group compared all male combat units with female integrated units in the areas of speed, tempo, lethality, readiness, survivability, and cohesion. 69% of the tests, the all-male unit outperformed the integrated units. They also found that females were 6 times more likely to be injured during training. The test also included scaling a 8-foot wall or carrying a 200-pound dummy, both of which the women needed assistance from their male counterparts. Also, it's to note that an average infantryman weighs up to 300 pounds with all of their gear on when they're in combat. A woman is not able to carry a dummy, then how are we expected for them to carry someone on the front line? When there's a chance you'll have to carry out one of your brothers, the main thing men are concerned about is not about women being in their units. It's that if women will be able to have their backs and carry them out of combat if need be. Another thing is, if women want to truly be equal to their male counterparts, then women should have to register for the selective service, just like the men. That's equality. Isn't it only fair that women have to be held to the same standards as men? Aside from physical standards, there are other concerns as well. One of my husband's deployments, there were 4 communal showers between 100 men and a few women. There were no issues because we were all adults. But once two other female cooks were integrated into their unit, the two female cooks did not like to share the female showers. So they separated the showers, so the men were left for 2 showers for 100 men, while the handful of women had the other 2 showers. Now, I do not think that that is equal, but kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not equal, in other words, favoritism. That's what it kind of looks like, it's favoritism. So the compound split the pods. Now the 100 men had only 2 showers, while the females had the other 2. Some of you may have been to a COP, but others have not. A COP, which is a combat outpost, has the basic necessities to carry out the mission and are usually miles away from either a FOB or an actual base. When in combat rules, you will not always get the amenities, will not always have a choice of amenities that you are given. So you have to make do with what you have. Conditions in an employment setting are minimal. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
All right, well, thank you for your time. And I hope that I have persuaded you in the fact that true equality in the military will never happen. All right,
Okay.
thank you for your time.